Hello, this is Dr. Hines, and today I want to talk about some parents. Not all parents, but some parents. There are some parents that really love and will do anything to support their child. They want their child to succeed, and they truly, within their hearts, want their child to succeed and surpass them with their lives. So they're very much involved in their child's education. They stay in contact with teachers, school counselors, administrators. They want to be ahead of the game when it comes to what can I do to support my child. Now, there are some parents that go above and beyond. And in the field of education, we call them helicopter parents. They're always there. And it gets to the point where they like to dictate to teachers and administrators what they want for their child. I have had parents in my tenure who will tell me what to put in their child's recommendation letter when their child is trying to go to a particular college. I need you to include this. I need you to add this. I need you to talk about this. I have had parents who come to school without notification and demand that you sit down and have an hour, 2 hour conversation on all the scholarships that are available and why their child should be in for the scholarship, or why weren't they notified, or whatever. A lot of parents come to complain because they think the school isn't doing enough. And I kind of understand that, because I know some parents want what's best for their child. And so with that being said, they're just there. And all they know how to do is push, 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 because they want the best for their child. In some cases, you have parents that want the child to carry on a legacy. You know, your great grandfather went to this institution, your father went to this institution, so you need to go to this institution, and whatever it takes for us to get you into that institution, that's what it's going to do. I want you to be a part of this. I want you to be a part of that. Any and every opportunity that comes through that school, I need my child to be a part of it. And if my child is not a part of it, I need to know why. So I get that. And that exists. That happens. Helicopter parents. It is what it is. The only thing I say about the helicopter parents is when the parent wants it more than the child or the student, that's where the problem will come in as you get closer and closer to graduation, closer and closer to the end of the school year, and you really find out that the child doesn't want what the parent wants. The parent wants the child to do this, but the child wants to do something different, and it just, for whatever reason, doesn't work out the way it's supposed to. And that's a conversation that really has to happen between the parent and the child. School counselors can be involved, teachers, administrators can be involved, but again, that's some parents. And then there are those parents who literally do not care. There's no soft way to put this. They do not care if their child comes to school. They do not care if their child passes classes. They want the school to do for their child, but they are putting up zero effort, zero initiative, and zero interest. I have seen students get in altercations, and the parent will come and pick the child up from school and take them right out to get something to eat. I've heard parents say, y'all didn't do right by me when I was in school. That's why I dropped out. So I know you're not going to do right by my child. I've had parents say to their child, how dare you think that you're going to college? How dare you think that you're actually going to graduate from high school? You think you're better than me? I'm the one that worked hard, and no matter what I went through in my life, put a roof over your head, and you think that you're going to be better than me because you think you're going to graduate and you think you're going to go to college, and they do everything they can to stymie that child. I've seen parents put children out. I've seen parents or guardians not have anything to do with the child. I've seen kids live in the corner of a friend's bedroom because their parent doesn't want anything to do with them because they think he better than me. So I'm not going to put up with that. Yes, there are some parents that do that. There are some parents that could care less if their child goes to school. There are parents that will turn off their phones, will block the school's number from their phones, so when their child gets into a situation, don't call me. Don't call me. I'm at my job. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Do not call me about my child. My child is in your building. It's your problem. You fix it. Don't call me. I'm not coming up there to the school to come get the child. I don't care what they do. I don't care if they don't come to school. That's some parents. And in a public school setting, we have to deal with all of those types of parents. And then there's the ones that are in between. You know, at the beginning of the year, they're all about the child. They want the child to succeed. They're happy about the child. Then something happens and you just don't see them anymore. And a lot of times it's something that's happening within their personal lives that have caused them to feel and act this way. And to a certain point, it's understandable. However, everything that a parent does affects that child. And I think sometimes parents don't understand that. Even if you're the helicopter parent and all you're saying is, I want what's best for you, the reality is that you're pushing your initiatives over what the child wants. You want your child to go to college and go into medicine, go into law. And the child may want to make music. The child may want to do art. But you as a parent don't think that that's what they should be doing because there's no money in that. We want you to continue the family lineage, and so you're going to do this. But here's what happens. When you have a child and you put that child in that situation that they don't want to do it, in time, they're just going to say, I'm not going to do it. Because it's going to be that magical age of 18 when they're being told, hey, I don't have to do this anymore. I can make my own decisions for my life. And I can move out and never come back. But understand, parents, when you do nothing for your child, when you don't support your child, when you don't have an interest in your child, when you could care less if your child passes or fails, it shows. And the child knows it. If you've ever done this work, there is no worse look than you can see with your eyes than to look in the eyes of a child that knows they have zero support. If I graduate, it's on me. If I drop out, it's on me. I have had parents who have said, this is my first child, okay? I didn't do right. I was a young parent. I'm now with my second family. I got remarried or I got married. We have kids. I have to focus on the 6-year-old, the 7-year-old, the 8-year-old. The 18, the 17-year-old, I can't fix what happened in the past. I can't change what happened in the past. So he's just going to have to find his way. She's just going to have to find his way because I'm focused on my new family now. If they get what they got to get and do what they got to do, that's great. But if they don't, because that's not where I'm going to put my effort. I've had parents tell me that. And in my mind, I'm thinking, how in the world can you fix your mouth to say that to me, to anyone? But they're telling me how you really feel. Understand, there are some parents that fit in all three of those categories. And what do we do as a school system to fix it? We can't do anything. There's nothing we can do to make a parent want to be a good parent. Because part of the equation of being a good parent is to know what you're doing wrong. And in some parents' eyes, they're not doing anything wrong. Or they know that they're doing something wrong and they do not care. They just don't care. There are some parents that don't know everything, but they want their child to be successful and they utilize the resources that are at the school and the school can help. And that's a parent who's trying. And I applaud those parents. You're not supposed to know everything. Parenthood doesn't come with a rule book. It doesn't come with an instruction manual. It doesn't come with a guide. And every child is different. You can have twins, and those twins can be exact opposites in what they want to do with their lives and how they want to live their lives and so much and so forth. And it's okay for parents to say, I don't know how to reach my child. I don't know how to talk to my child. But talk to somebody that can help you. Try. I always tell parents this. Try. Try. And when you fail, try again. Keep trying. Because one thing trying will show is that you care. The child is going to say, you don't care about me. You're doing this for this. You're doing this for that. You really don't care about me. Okay, but keep trying. Because if you really care about that child, your efforts are going to show. Why do you care so much? Why do you care if I pass or fail or whatever? Because I want you to succeed. I love you. But there are some parents that do not love their children. They look at that child as a mistake. I've seen parents say to the child, you're the reason that I didn't accomplish my goals in life. Some parents. And it's very hurtful. And those are words you can never take back from your child. So, if you're a parent, you're listening to this, this is what I'll tell you. Find out what type of parent you are. I've given you the 3 levels. The helicopter, the ones that really don't know but are trying and they want what's best for their child and they're willing to learn and listen and support their child. They set parameters. They're setting up a space for their child to succeed. And then the ones that just don't care. You got to find out which one you are. And you have to be honest with yourself. Because you can't have an honest conversation with your child if you're not honest with yourself. So you got to be honest with yourself. And then once you find out what type of parent you are, decide what you're going to do. If you're a helicopter, you might want to bring it down a little. If you're in between, keep at it. Sometimes you got to ask more questions. Sometimes you got to ask less questions on certain matters. But if you're going to talk to anybody, talk to your child. But if you don't care, you got to live with that decision. Because one of the worst feelings in the world as a parent is when you don't support that child. When you don't set a foundation for that child to succeed and that child has no clue at all that you even love them just a little bit. And some way, somehow, that child navigates through life and they become successful. So successful that the spotlight shows on them very bright. And then you want to come back into their lives and say, I'm your mom. I loved you. And they look at you and say, when I needed you, you weren't there. So I made it on my own, in spite of you. I don't care who you are as a parent, no parent wants to hear that. Again, there's some parents. Find out which parent you are. This is Dr. Hines. Until next time.